If you're working in a lean in-house legal team, wearing multiple hats across contracts, product, and compliance with very little outside support, then this video is for you. Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm a lawyer trying to make sense of AI for the legal profession. Today, I'll be breaking down the 3 core capabilities of Ruli, a legal intelligence platform built for in-house legal teams. I'll share what I like and what I think has room for improvement. And you'll want to stick around because I will be comparing it against Claude and Claude's new Word plugin. As I was making this video about Ruli, Claude launched its Microsoft Word plugin. At first, I was not impressed. Check out my reaction to the demo video here. After trying it out, my views have shifted, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's dive into it. Let's take a look at how a tool like Ruli can help with both the specific research questions sitting on your desk today. Let's say I am an in-house counsel at a shoe company called Allbirds, and I've just been handed the product requirements from business to pivot from a footwear company to an AI-powered shoe intelligence company. This is a shocker, right? But not so much if you've heard of Allbirds' recent pivot from a footwear company to New Bird. So here's what we know about the new product launch for Allbirds called Project Fitbird. Each shoe will be embedded with chips that allow the user's Fitbird app to track wear patterns, generate fitness insights, and collect biometric and health-related data. And it will be launched in the US. As a product counsel working in a very lean legal team, one of the questions I would need to figure out is what kind of updates I would need to make to the categorization of personal data that we collect from users, given we are collecting biometric and sensitive data through the AI chips implanted in each shoe. So let's start with the Ruli assistant on the homepage and throw that question to Ruli. I'm going to enable voice mode for this because I am very busy and don't have the patience to type. Hey Ruli, under US privacy law, what updates do we need to make to our privacy policy in order to launch Project Fitbird? To over-explain what Project Fitbird is, because I can actually attach the files as context. And since Ruli is integrated with Google Drive, I can pull this context directly from my Google Drive folder, which I am going to do right now together with my privacy policy. So once that is fully uploaded, another really cool feature is Ruli has its own legal database where it has indexed US federal and state law and also UK and EU law. So I'm going to go ahead and select US law since we are launching in the US. Let's see what we get back. We have a pretty comprehensive privacy memo that's given me concrete steps I need to take, as well as the state-specific requirements. And what's really cool is by default, without me even prompting, it gave me the privacy policies of other market players that already offer a similar product for me to reference. What's also really helpful is I can hover over the source citation and actually see a snippet of the source or further click into it. And Ruli is not just going to send me off to a external website and make me hunt and verify all of the sources myself. Many of these citations, you can actually see the relevant federal or state law that Ruli has indexed in its database. In some cases, it even highlights the text and the relevant portion of the law for me, which makes the verification burden much lower. But for some other sections, I noticed this highlight does not appear. And as I go through these sources, I would love to see if the cited law is currently up to date, which I can't really tell because that is also part of the verification as laws do get outdated. Another super useful feature is Monitor, which lets you set up a recurring tracker or horizon scan for monitoring regulatory changes. One flag here, for the time being, you can only run it on a weekly or monthly basis. So now that I know that I would need to update the privacy policy, the next thing I want to know is what language are other market players that's already collecting this kind of data is using in their privacy policy. Now I'll show you how you can build your custom table to analyze this using Ruli's data grid. It's super easy for me to create a data grid to analyze the privacy policies. And if you don't know where to start, there are already a few templates that you can just select and customize from. Go ahead and create my own. So next, I'll just give it the instructions here. Privacy policy analysis. Very simple. You don't need to overthink this at all because you can always come back to it to customize. So don't feel stuck. Just move forward. I'm going to go ahead and create this table, and I'm going to add the privacy policies I found from other market players. So once all of the files are uploaded, you can click on this really magical looking button and see what happens. And a bunch of puppies rushed out. No, I'm just kidding. So the results are generated and I can also expand and see it in full size view. And when I click on each cell, it will also take me to the source so I can verify the information. What's really cool about this analysis is it's automatically saved in the data grid and can be later used as context. I'll show you what I mean. Let's talk about how we can operationalize the regulatory research and also the market analysis that we just did into our own privacy policy document with Ruli Assistant in Word. Of course, you can prompt the assistant, or alternatively, what's really cool and how everything connects together is you can add the data grid privacy policy analysis as additional context for how you draft our privacy policy. So here's how you can do it. And I'm just going to add as the context, select from data grid, the privacy policy analysis. I will also add the PRD as background context. So the output includes results and also a comment that you can apply. However, one thing I have to note here, these suggestions are more of a black box and I cannot directly verify the source themselves for both the comments and the red line. So lawyers, we still have a job to do here. We cannot automate this entire process. Just click accept all and think that our job is done. Apart from reviewing and updating privacy policies, Ruli's Word Assistant can review agreements against your team's playbook and also flag issues outside of the playbook so you get a full review. And now for a question that I know is on everyone's minds right now, which is how much of what I just showed you really is something that Claude already can do. And if we were to put these tools side by side, how would they perform in legal specific tasks? I'll show you. So I ran the same Fitbird project launch scenario through Claude and tested it through the 3 core capabilities that we just ran with Ruli. And to be fair, the sources it pulled were from government websites and from law firms, which is pretty decent. But this is where the experience breaks down. When I click on the citations to verify it, unlike Ruli, it sends me to the source and leaves the verification work to me for the most part. So that means more manual checking, more friction. For regulatory monitoring, Claude does not really ship this as an off-the-shelf feature, but you can rig something together with scheduled tasks in Claude Cowork. I won't go deep into it today, but I'll show you quickly where you can do that. You can create a scheduled task and choose how often you want it to run, as frequently as on an hourly basis. But there are a few limitations. So first, this only works in Claude Cowork and Claude Code. And as you can see, there are no templates and no guided workflows like you can see in Ruli. So you're basically staring at a blank canvas and you have to know what exactly you want to build in order to build it. Claude can also help you with multi-document data analysis and help you build a table. I did so here with the privacy policies, but again, the difference for me is traceability. In Ruli's data grid, every cell is traceable back to the exact source, whereas in Claude, I am only shown the page number of the source and it doesn't even have a hyperlink, so I would have to manually check and verify each output in the source material myself, which is very time consuming. And finally, for the word add-in, which a lot of people have been really curious about, I ran a quick test. Both Ruli and Claude now offer a word add-in that helps users draft, review, and redline directly inside Microsoft Word. On the surface, they could look similar. But when I tested them on proofreading this Allbirds privacy policy, there was a meaningful difference. In this Allbirds privacy policy, I had already identified 41 proofreading issues. Out of those 41 issues, Ruli was able to catch 27 off the shelf, which is about 66%, while Claude's word add-in caught 17 out of the 41 issues. In practical terms, Ruli caught 10 more errors than Claude in this document. I won't go into much detail today, but you can improve the review quality of both Ruli and Claude. In Claude, you can build your skills. For proofreading, that will help you improve the output accuracy rate. So here's my honest opinion after I ran Ruli and Claude side by side. Claude is a great option for builders who knows what they want and can utilize a suite of tools that Claude gives you to customize your workflows. Ruli, on the other hand, has already pre-built a lot of those workflows for you, and it's very good at anticipating what a general user wants and guiding them through the process. So it's super easy to get started, but it doesn't offer the level of flexibility that some advanced users may be looking for when they want deeper customization. That said, no AI tool is perfect. My view is that lawyers should be experimenting with both general purpose tools and also legal AI solutions because they can be very much complementary. And that's also what we're seeing in the market right now. Legal teams are building their AI tech stacks with both general purpose tools and also legal specific tools. But enough from me. I also want to hear from someone that is using Ruli on a day-to-day basis. So I spoke to Lori.
I am general counsel and I lead our legal compliance functions at Matic Insurance Services. I have 2 compliance managers that report directly to me. We selected Ruli because one did a very nice job creating output that we could leverage and that would be beneficial. We thought it could help us save money, help us mitigate hiring an individual who might become disengaged quickly. One of the other components is they're just really great to work with. Recommendations that we made were implemented almost real time. So we knew that this was going to be a partnership and we were going to grow together. I utilized Legal Assistant very heavily, pulled up my metrics, our usage metrics across my team since we implemented in June of last year. We have saved 7,788 hours because we use this tool. If we were to outsource that to outside counsel at $500 an hour, that's a savings of $894,000. It has enabled us to do the initial assessment and be very intentional about the questions that we ask outside counsel. Really can help you identify what you should be asking. And for individuals who aren't comfortable or don't know what to ask, this will help.
Taking a step back, Ruli isn't trying to win on any single feature. Instead, what it does really well is help lawyers surface the context they need to get really decent outputs, moving them through research, analysis, to drafting and review. If you're working on a really lean team and you're just tired of transferring the context from the different tools that you're currently using for work, or you don't have the resources to set up your own custom workflows, then Ruli is a great option to explore. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you do, hit the subscribe button and leave a comment below to share what other tools I should check out. I'm also curious if you already have a legal AI tool, how it performed on the proofreading task. You can find the link to the proofreading test below in the comments and run the test yourself. If you want to find out more about Ruli, do remember to check out the founder interview I have with Brian, the CEO. And until we meet in the next video, I hope you stay healthy and curious. Ciao!